Good morning, everyone. Here's my day trading recap for the 2nd of March 2020, Monday. And here's how it went at the open. What I've got up here on the screen is MRNA. I got an entry here right about 10 o'clock and got a good move to the top side. Effectively, what I had seen is, well, pre-market was looking strong, bit of a double bottom kind of situation. So I was definitely fairly long biased on it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not pre-market, that was yesterday. Here, I was long biased on it. See, was holding yesterday's closed. Definitely some sort of bottoms forming over here. So I was ready for a breakout above this horizontal level, 27.20, right about there. So I figured it could break out of here and go for a good long. Out of the open, it actually was fairly weak. You can see it here on the 2-minute chart as well. Went down yesterday's close, made a nice hammer on the 5, as well as on the 15, and then back up to above the VWAP. And nice little ABCD pattern forming here, and my 27.20 level was holding as resistance, and I figured this could easily break out of here. When it does, that's when the D is starting to happen on the ABCD, and sure enough, when that happened, I got a good long entry. It was also a bit of an ABCD on the 1-minute and a 2-minute, so everything was aligned nicely. On a 15-minute, you could say it's a 15-minute breakout. Got an entry and started to move up. So I got some partials at the levels here and then held some. This particular one was this level right here, moving average on the 15, and that's what this horizontal line is at 27.97. I marked it just so I can see that level on all the other charts, but it is the moving average here on the 15-minute chart, and that's where I got a partial. And then more up here, got my last partial, got out of the position up here at the top. There were just not enough shares left at that point to hold anything. So got a good move up. I did take quite a lot of partials in this area right about here because I wasn't sure if this is going to continue or come down. Now I know it's very strong based on the current catalyst in the news and the entire economic environment and everything that's going on, but I still wasn't sure if it's going to really break out. This is quite a strong level here on the 15-minute chart, and I just wasn't sure about it. You could also see the consolidation going on here. This, I believe, was a previous day level, I think. Was it 27.77? So this whole area made me a little nervous. So I got a lot of partials, got most of my position out here, but then got a good move up for the rest of it. So this one worked out very well, and this is a setup I should take every time, 100 times out of 100. Excuse me. KPTI, another one I had. Again, long biased and ABCD pattern in the pre-market on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute. Everything was looking like a long. I figured it breaks out of the pre-market levels, it's going to look like a good long. And so I took a long here, which is basically in this area, you could say the 5th minute or so. Looks like it was going to break out of this level here, about 23.60 or so. And it didn't work out, and I got stopped out. Now, I don't think this was a very good entry. This was definitely not an A setup, not a perfect setup. I was chasing it a bit. It wasn't, my edge is to get into breakouts from consolidations. And there definitely wasn't any sort of consolidation going on here, even on the 1-minute chart. It was really kind of not much of a consolidation at all. And as well as it was going to hit this moving average here, the black line, which is a 50 simple moving average on the 1-minute chart. So I really don't think this was a good entry. I guess I got FOMO and I got excited to get in, and it didn't work. So a bad entry, chasing it, getting too excited about it. I gotta wait for my setups to really form. And then, however, it did form because now you can see a double bottom on the 1-minute chart. After I got stopped out, there's a double bottom there on the 5-minute. On the 2-minute chart. It looks like a nice ABCD pattern. Now you can see the consolidation happening here. After it's about 5 or 6 minutes in total, and you can see the VWAP is holding as good support, and it's holding a level down here, 23.38. 23.28. And this entry was a good one because this is the breakout from the support. So this was a good entry. Got the move, got most of my, got some good partials here, and then came back and got out at break even. No continuation, unfortunately, but it worked, and this was fine. Then I got another entry here, now thinking it's going to break out of the pre-market high of 24.23. Now again, this wasn't a good entry for several reasons. Firstly, It's rather extended from the 9 moving average on the 2-minute chart as well as the 1-minute chart. And if I can zoom in on the 5-minute, you can see it's a little extended there as well. You could say it's a 15-minute breakout, but realistically, it's just too extended from the other on the other charts. And for this move to really happen, for it to really break out, I again ought to wait for a nice consolidation before this, under this level of 24.23. Let it prove that it's being good resistance, and then when it breaks out of the resistance, that's when that's when I gotta get an entry. Basically, the longer and tighter the consolidation, the more explosive the move. And I should have waited for that long tight consolidation, which in this case did not happen, and therefore I should never have taken this entry. So I got 2 bad entries here chasing them and 1 good one so far. And then here, took a short, saw that it was making a descending triangle here. It finally broke out, and I was waiting for it to do its consolidation and then continue down. Got an entry and got stopped out. Well, another thing I was trying on this one was that you can see it was short, and then it retraced a bit. It made a doji, and then it was trading again below the doji. This is not a proven strategy for me. It's not something I usually do, but I wanted to see if this works. So I got an entry below the doji, and well, it didn't work. I got stopped out. Should not be doing this. Again, my real strength here is, again, consolidations and then entering at the breakout from the consolidation. And over here, again, there wasn't any sort of real consolidation. There wasn't even a breakout to go short. And so that was, again, a bad entry. It just wasn't my setup. So over here I had, 4 trades. One of them was a good one where I did it correctly, and the others were not good. So plenty of things to learn on this today. Twitter was interesting. Again, in the pre-market, looking like a long, looking like a good strong ABCD on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute as well, holding above the moving averages. The 2-minute going up nicely. And I figured just before the open, you can see how it's really holding nice and tight right under this level of 36.14, which I believe is the pre-market high. And you can also see a nice ABCD pattern, an ascending triangle. Everything was really looking good for this long. So I figured, okay, as soon as it looks like it's going to break 36.14, I'm going to get in long. And excuse me, sure enough, it did break at the 2nd minute, and I got my long entry. And got the partial up here. I believe this was, can't remember if this was some sort of level 2 indicator or something, but I got a couple of partials here. And then it came back and I got out at break even. Another possible way to do it was to get an entry right down here at the VWAP, because it was looking so strong. Could have gotten that and got a bigger move, but I'm not going to get fussed over that. Basically, this one was fine, no big deal. I got the right entry, the move did happen, didn't have the real continuation because this was my proper target. First target didn't really get there. And but I did get some partials along the way and got stopped out, so no big deal. This one was alright. Now this one, however, was not alright. Here again, I was looking for it to break out of the same level, 36.14, but again, there was just no consolidation and then breakout. There was just nothing there. So, excuse me. So this was a bad entry. Again, getting too excited to get in, no good. Down here could have been a good reverse ABCD. I don't think my eyes were on it at this point. But anyways, the one I took here, this first one was good, pre-market breakout, and this one was a whole lot of nothing. So something to learn over there. Same mistake as the previous one. JD is interesting as well. I switched my chart over to it later. Again, I made the same mistake here, chasing it. This is the consolidation area right here, and as soon as it breaks this level 41.23, that's the entry. Over here, I'm just chasing it, and that was stupid. And sure enough, got stopped out. The way I should have traded this is, let's say, looking like a long, so perhaps I would have got an entry for a long here as it broke out of this level, got a partial and came back, would have been a similar story to Twitter. And then pick a reversal here. I don't know if I would actually be able to pick this reversal. This is a tough one. I really don't know. And this was just chasing it. Again, getting too excited, getting in, jumping in for no good reason, and a no good trade. So overall, that's how it went today. Down a little bit. What is it? 1 R, I think, or 1.5. So some good trades, did some things right, but did more things wrong than I did right. So lots to learn here. And yeah, that's how it went for me today, Monday. And tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow should be much better than today. Thank you very much.